Hi everybody, this is the Lucky TJ at Livingmetaphysically, and I just want to make a quick video about um, crypto, life, etc., and disappointment, decisions, making mistakes. So, as of yesterday, people were writing to me that one of the sites, one of the crypto sites that I was participating in, BTC Clock, was a scam, and people were writing all over sending me messages on my videos saying and giving me thumbs down and all that for. Well, I'm not sure what the thumbs downs were exactly for. I wish I could ask the people. I don't know if they didn't like the content or they didn't like the video. I wasn't sure, so that would be so great if I could figure that out. But I can't see a way uh, that I, as a YouTube video creator, can even know that answer. Uh, so I was asking my intuitive part, my inner self, exactly what to talk about right now, because there I've been mulling this whole thing over, and it's been really an array of feelings that have come up. I've felt a little guilty, sad. I felt neutral. I felt kind of like, as I ride the wave of having had that happen, because I didn't want to promote anything, which I have to say that I never feel as though I am really promoting, although I'm certain that it is promoting because I'm on YouTube, period. Um, and it's interesting because I know for myself, when I've been watching other people on YouTube talk about the programs that they're in, I I really understand my responsibility, and I know that I'm the one who's going to be paying my money or losing my money, no matter what the endeavor is, whether it's uh, investing of any type, whether I go and buy something off of Craigslist, whether no matter what I do in the world, it is my responsibility, and I accept that. And I also feel that I have compassion for anyone who is losing or has lost money, especially if it's because of something that I said. I was reading one of the comments that somebody had put up, and they said, "Oh, so you mean I lost everything?" And it really was sad. I felt sad about it. And at the same time, I do know that in each moment, one moment leaves and it's in the past, and then I have to go on to the next moment. And I'm not trying to be like super philosophical or any kind of like weird, but my message as a human being is always to remain centered, to remain present, to remain focused on good, and knowing that ultimately everything is going to always come back to being good, even if it appears bad. What else did I want to say? They, so in what time frame am I going to be able to shift from pondering about upsetting things or sad things to when I can get focused and centered again? And as I've been living this type of lifestyle, where I understand that I can get back to center, and from there, there's all kinds of possibilities. Then I can have that happen even quicker. So intentionally, um, I've been moving myself back to focusing on the positive, because there's positive that's happening. For example, I have to look at my other accounts. Uh, so, for example, in BitConnect, You know, I've got money in my London wallet, and it's leading to something that I believe in. Also in control finance. And the thing is, I know that, let me close this window for a second. I know that I know that ultimately, even these programs could tank out, could tank out at any time. You know, this program, this website could shut down the same way BTC clock did, and so could any other one. I've even thought about that if there was ever some sort of superpower failure, all of the money and currency in not only online but in banks in general, that is all going to come to a screeching halt. So I have to put everything in perspective and also draw upon what I know to be truth. And that is that everything is always going to work out. I just have to know that. So it's not just words. I've lived this enough that I used to be the kind of person, man, if I was losing money or something that had of some sort of value, could have been even a person in a relationship, or I remember when I lost a job, I've lost jobs before, or whatever has been important to me um, in the material world, in this outer world. Uh, I've I've learned that time doesn't stop. The experience of living doesn't stop, and happiness really is in the moment. I went outside this morning after waking up and seeing some of the comments, that people were saying on my channel, and I was like, oh my god. uh, and I was able to sit in my on my deck and just look up. It's a beautiful day today. The sky is blue with the puffy white clouds, and there's so many insects, birds. The wind was blowing, the trees are green and beautiful. And in those moments, to just relax and be in the moment and know that all is well, to draw on my inner self, and know that happiness is within. It does not depend on something being great with my money. I mean, I know we're all conditioned to be certain ways. Like, oh, you know, I lost my money. I mean, I felt bad when I lost money in between me. A couple of weeks ago, I had gotten, I put in an order for money through Coinbase, and they took forever to give me my money. And in that time, I know surely I lost probably $1,000 just because of the change in the amount in the value of Bitcoin over that time. And then it started crashing. That was that week, the week before that big crash, which was 2 Fridays ago. And Jesus, that was tough. I mean, really, I was like, okay. So, like, how do we handle life's ups and downs? Well, for myself, first of all, I maintain a spiritual program, meaning that, I practice, like, as soon as I open my eyes, I already know that I am getting in touch with the part of me that made me alive. I don't care what anybody calls it. I just am thanking that, whatever it is. If it's God, if people call it Christ, if people call it Jesus, people call it the universe, people call it their name. Um, but I thank that part. And I say, oh, thank you for living through me one more day. And that helps me to center. I've noticed that thoughts and words and feelings actually help me to center. Like when I'm getting uncentered and feeling kind of squirrely, I actually have learned that gratitude and even saying the words, I just use these words. They may sound weird to you, but I say, because I know I am the I am God. So I say, thank I am God. These words don't make any sense necessarily to anyone else. But as I say that, it generates a vibration where I feel centered, and I feel like all is well. So I may have to repeat that a little bit, like for 5 minutes while I'm driving, or a little bit longer. Or I'm not timing it really. You know, I just know that as I release and get back in touch with the invisible part of myself, that's what I call it. That the I am, that is the consciousness within me. Then, from that, it actually calms and smooths outside world stuff. So I do that. I do sort of like what they call. I have some videos on this. I call it giving myself a treatment before I even get out of bed. And then when I do get up, I meditate. I meditate to relax my mind. And I'd be stark raving crazy if I did not meditate. I don't know. I don't even see how other people don't do it. I think many people have some sort of practice. Many people say they pray. Um, some people have exercise, they run, or whatever they do, to be able to get the mind, that ticking, chatty, squirrely mind, that's going to think of all kinds of fears and doubts, limitations, all of the things in that the race consciousness that the culture has taught us. That this culture has taught us all to focus outside of yourself, look at TV and follow all these people, and when really the most wonderful thing a person can find out is that when they follow the guidance of the thing that makes them absolutely alive, the thing that's talking, the thing that is inside, animating the body, that whatever it is has so much knowledge and so many answers. And so um, I participate in being in communication with this part of myself, and it's really great. So my message for today is more metaphysical than anything else, or more spiritual. It's more of me supporting you, that to be in touch with the bigger picture, the broader picture, that life continues to go on and to be good even when setbacks happen. As you know, my motto is examine everything, put a crowbar under every belief. Ask yourself, I ask myself why I feel any feeling. And I want to know, is it legitimately mine, or something that I learned because of some scene I saw in a movie? Or, you know what I mean? Like, what do I really think and really feel? And why? Where did it come from? And as I have been able to unravel the mystery of how I am put together inwardly, I've been able to let go a lot of stuff and get more clear, and to know and make better choices. And when I make a poor choice, I forgive myself immediately, and I know that I release fears and guilt and whatever that comes up. I release that stuff much sooner than I ever did before in my life. So that is my support for you and my hope for you too. So in love and peace, this is my message. I want you to know that if you have any questions or comments, hopefully your comments are positive, that I'm open to hearing what you have to say. Just write your comments and I'll get back to you. Click like if you like this video. Subscribe to my channel. My channel is a mixture of metaphysical living observations, experiences that have to do with life in general, and also I have been seeing the financial part of myself, of my life, open up through some of the programs. So I am giving my experiences. I better not use the word review, but giving my experiences with what's happening with me daily, and it's really being fun. It's fun. So have fun and peace out.